All right. The very first thing it tells us to do, without actually calling it a specific problem, it's not numbered, state the dimensions of each matrix. So I'm going to do that, and it's kind of necessary first, actually. We need to do that. So we're going to count rows horizontally and then columns vertically. So rows, 2 columns. This is a 2 by 2. All right. I recommend that you pause the video now and do it on your own because this is going to be really boring if you don't. So this one is 1, 2, 3 rows. And 1 column, that's it, one column. So again, please move ahead of me. I'm going too slowly. If you got this already, skip ahead about 10 seconds. This is 2 rows, 2 columns. 2 rows, 2 columns, and 3 rows, 1 column. All right, I'm gonna state a few obvious things at this point. Anything that I am asked to do down here that involves addition or subtraction, they better have the same dimensions. In other words, if they say, hey, add A plus C, I'm good. 2, I'm good. If they said, hey, B minus E, well, we're good. We can do this. If they said, hey, add B and C together, oh, no, because I need the same number of rows and the same number of columns. And it would sort of fall apart in the process anyway, because you'd say, all right, we'll add those, and then what? The 6 and what goes with what? And then the 3 goes with what? And then the 4 goes with, it just doesn't work, okay? So we are going to do these mostly by hand, and then I'm going to show you some software online that is really going to help you out with some of these that can really get tedious after a while. So we've got the big idea down. We can do a lot of stuff on paper, but now we're going to just crank these out on paper real fast, and then I'm going to show you a way to do this pretty quickly if you have a lot of these to do. Okay, so find A plus C. So let's just think out loud for a second. A plus C, yes, I can add them. My answer is going to be 2 by 2. So here we go. I better have, grabbing a pencil, 2 rows, 2 columns. So 2 rows, 2 columns. There we go. And we're just going to add, because we can add 2 plus negative 5. Now, we do get into some negative numbers here, but it won't kill us. 2 plus negative 5 is 2 minus 5. That'd be negative 3. Let's move down. 10 plus 4. Negative 3 plus 3, so they cancel out. Negative 3, positive 3 cancel out. 1 plus 4 is 5. There we go. Okay, let's move on. 3b. All right, now this is going to be 3 times b, and I'm actually going to write out some work on this one just because I find it necessary. So 3b, and b is this stuff right here. Now, if you don't want to write this step, I'm cool with that because a lot of you can do this in your head, but I just really want to point at it one more time and do it this way. So whatever's about to happen, I better get a matrix that has 3 rows, 1 column. So it's going to be blank, 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 right? And whatever that blank, blank, blank is 3 times that, negative 9, 3 times that, 3 times that. It was that easy, okay? And then D minus C, we'll do that one. We'll actually do all of them, but I'm going to start going a little bit faster, and we need to be very, very careful with our signs, okay? Something crazy is about to happen if we're not careful. But D minus C, 2 by 2 and a 2 by 2, we are subtracting. They have the same dimensions. We are indeed allowed to do this, so here we go. Final answer is going to be a 2 by 2. Let's grab the pencil. 2 rows, 2 columns. All right, D minus C, be careful. Negative 9 minus negative 5, okay? I'm going to write that one out. Negative 9 minus negative 5. There's a lot of negatives going on in there, and you know how to do it, and I know how to do it, but when we have all these negatives, it can really throw us off if we're not careful. So plus positive, right? So that's going to give me a negative 4. I know it, you know it, we all know it, but when I have minus negative, turns into a plus positive, and it's easy to overlook that. So we're doing D minus C. Notice it's not C minus D, right? Okay, just throwing that out there. So that one's negative 4. All right, D minus C. So 9 minus 10. 9 minus 10. You don't have to write all these. I'm just showing you what happens in your head. That's negative 1. Okay. Then we have 8 minus 3. So we can clearly do that one in our head. 8 minus 3 is 5. And then we're going to have negative 1 minus 4, so negative 1 minus 4. And I'll lose 1, I'll lose 4 more, whatever. Lost $1, lost $4. Our total lost $5. There we go. All right, now we get into some crazy stuff. And in this particular case, I am going to write out my work a little bit more. I tend to write out my work more when I have a scalar in the front. So I think this one's going to take just a little bit more time. So here it goes. All right, I'm going to actually write all this out. So here's B. B is negative 3, 4, 6, plus 2E. And here's E. E is negative 12, 15, and 3. Okay, so I would love to jump straight to the final answer, but I'm going to stretch this one out a little bit, and we're going to go one step at a time. And you've done this before. You did this back in elementary school or middle school or whatever. You had to follow the order of operations. And the order of operations says that you multiply first. So because this matrix does not involve multiplication, I'm not going to do anything with it. He's just going to sit there. Now the other matrix involves multiplying by 2. So let's do that. 2 times negative 12 is negative 24. 2 times 15 is 30. 2 times 3 is going to give me 6. Now we can add these together. And when we add these together, we will get 3 rows, 1 column. Negative 3 plus negative 24 is negative 27. 4 plus 30 would be 34. 6 plus 6 is going to give me 12. Okay? All right, real quickly, we're going to do the last 2, and then you're going to be like, yay, we're done. And yeah, we are. But again, I'm going to take another video very quickly, and I want to show you some online software that will help us out. So here goes. A plus C minus D. We're going to do a lot in our head on this one. First of all, A, C, and D are all the same dimensions. So everything that's about to happen, we're good. Like totally okay. Nothing's going to be undefined. And it says A plus C minus D. I'm going to break this one down a little bit, even though I was like, yeah, let's hurry. I'm still going to break it down a little bit, and it's going to be this. 2 rows, 2 columns. Why in the world did I write it like that? Here's why. A plus C minus D. There's a lot of room for error when we start doing things in our head. So I'm going to have 2 plus negative 5 minus negative 9. Everything I just said, I'm going to write it down. 2 plus negative 5 minus negative 9. Okay? We'll come back and clean that up. Let's just keep moving. A plus C minus D. 4 plus 10 minus 9. That one's pretty straightforward. 4 plus 10 minus 9. Cool. All right. Negative 3 plus 3 minus 8. Negative 3 plus 3 minus 8. Now, some of y'all are looking at this and you're like, oh, I know what that one is and that one is and that one is. That's cool. I'm just showing you the process. Be careful that you don't do too much in your head. Okay? A plus C minus D. 1 plus 4 minus negative 1. 1 plus 4 minus negative 1. All right, let's go to the final answer. Here we go. We're going to have 2 by 2 matrix. I'm going to go for the obvious first. I don't always do things in order. Negative 3 plus 3 is 0. That minus 8 is negative 8. All right. Let's move down to this one. 1 plus 4 is 5, and then minus negative, that would be plus a positive. So 1 plus 4 plus 1, that would be 6. Moving around, you don't have to do them in any particular order. 4 plus 10, 14, minus 9. 14 minus 9 would be 5. Now we get to the fun one. Plus positive here. 2 minus 5, 2 plus negative 5, that's negative 3. Negative 3 plus 9, that would be 6. Okay, now if you're tired of these, I feel you. Let's move on. I'm not going to write all the steps on this last one. We're simply going to go 5 times A. I'm just going to go ahead and write it out, all right? So we can start doing some things in our head. 5 times everything you see here. 10, negative 15, 20, and 5. I just multiplied everything by 5. 10, negative 15, 20, 5. There we go. Minus C. Negative 5, 3, 10, and 4. There we go. This is 5A minus C. Here's my final answer. We're going to do some stuff in our head. We just have to be very, very careful. All right. 10 minus negative 5, okay? 10 minus negative, that's plus a positive. 10 plus 5, 15. 20 minus 10, got that one. Negative 15 minus 3. I lost 15, I lost 3 more, I lost 18. 5 minus 4 is 1. All right, hang around.